Today's Archangel Ascension is going to be a little different than we normally do. I'm going to let everybody know here who is part of the YouTube memberships and part of the Patreon team that this week's Viking Divination and Archangel Ascension I'm going ahead and posting publicly on my YouTube channel. This is so people who have felt apprehensive about joining either the YouTube membership or the Patreon team and have been kind of just wanting to know a little bit more if they really are part of those two collectives have an opportunity. If you listen to Archangel Ascension and Viking Divination and it calls to you, it resonates with you, you have that much more confidence to go ahead and join whichever team you choose. With that being said, so the Patreon Tier 1 and Tier 2 and the YouTube memberships Tier 1 and Tier 2 all have the same benefits. I created the YouTube memberships for individuals who don't necessarily feel called to migrate to another platform. You see, there are a lot more benefits from Tier 3 up on the Patreon versus YouTube. YouTube only has 3 tiers. 1, 2 that we've already talked about, and then the third is where I call the tarot teachings. Specifically individuals who are wanting to learn how to further understand their cards are the ones that are called to that tier 3. On Patreon, I have 7 tier levels. Patreons tier 3 and up have the ability to enter in for my monthly video chat giveaway. 2 Patreons tier 3 and up every single month win that 1-hour video chat tarot reading where it's one topic of your choosing. That is only available on the Patreon side of this collective. My tier 3 and up benefits on Patreon, if you are called to look into them, I'll make sure that in this description right at the top we have the Patreon link and we have the YouTube membership link. I normally have it kind of like scrolled more down at the bottom of my bio I put in every video, but for these two I want to make sure they're right at the top. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive into our Archangel Ascension for this week. Viking Divination is all about spirit telling you what divine masculine forces are coming into your life the next upcoming week, and what divine masculine actions, intentions, and feelings spirit is stating and calling for you to utilize the next upcoming week. Archangel Ascension is the same exact vibe, except it's feminine energy versus that masculine. This is an energy forecast, just like we have weather forecasts. It gives you a generalization of what's going to happen the next week, right? A weather forecast. There may be little bit differences, like percentages of rain, cold, snow, etc. But you are far, far, far more prepared having that weather forecast. And you know those little itty-bitty differences are just simple things to migrate with. That energy, that analogy is the same exact thing when it comes to the divine energy forecasts. With that being said, let's dive into this. What is the feminine energy topic that's going to be surfacing your way this next upcoming week? Awesome. Okay. Truth is being exerted. And let's get our passage. So that's number 10 is our extra passage. 10. Okay. Honesty, clarity, observation, and confrontation. Let's see this. Your higher self encourages you to honestly examine all the self-defeating behaviors so you can finally become free of them. Do not deny or ignore those habits and tendencies that harm your body and spirit any longer. Ask for help as you look within. Every person has personal challenges and places where they can grow. You do not have to face these self-defeating challenges alone. However, your higher self cannot help you with any problem until you admit it exists in the first place. This is very much or right on par with what the Viking Divination was. Viking Divination was talking about a sense of balance, 2 people coming back into your life, or maybe not necessarily even separated that long, but that needed a genuine force of tension and momentary confrontation to see if you can make it past all the miles together. It's easy to know, or let me rephrase that. It's easy to get along with individuals when things are easy. When you've never gone through a confrontation moment, where nothing has ever hit that point of where the uncomfortable conversations are needed to arise. And with two people within the past couple of weeks, those situations occurred. We had tower moments with individuals, which means a foundation of how something was for a very long time, falling down to build a stronger foundation after. What Spirit is stating right now about that feminine energy being placed with this. So those two people, you're going to express hidden truths. And I say it that way because it's not necessarily like you were hiding these things from each other. It's just things you never thought about expressing. Very interesting. The truth will set you free. This is going into more of the apology. It looks like somebody is going to give you an apology, and Spirit wants you with them to honor feminine strength, meaning listen. Don't send this energy of fuck you. Not that I necessarily think most of you would do that, but it's like when we've been through what we've been through in life and we got that ego, that defenses, you can switch into another person. That doesn't make you evil. That doesn't make you a monster. That's self-defense. And I see people who have all had to perform different self-defense with so many other people in their life before you met them and they met you. So what you two did was exercise something that you told yourself a long time ago you wouldn't repeat, meaning staying quiet when something bothers you. There were some misunderstandings. And remember, the great thing about the YouTube memberships and the Patreon team is this is a step closer to what getting a personal reading. Go with me here. You still have to make sure you see what resonates, because it is a collective reading, but it's far more precise and closer to you and your only specific meat and potato collective than you would see on YouTube, TikTok, etc. Because certain individuals who are called to join, there's that extra sparkle. That's why I'm doing this right now, so you can see if you feel that extra sparkle and that you're truly going to benefit from joining one of these teams. I see the truth is going to set somebody free talking to you. This is interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into Archangel's message regarding how you are to exert this force outwards, this feminine strength. For what I'm hearing is the right person. Interesting. Embrace this magical moment. You're in the perfect energetic space for manifesting miracles. Allow your wishes to be fulfilled. Let's get his extra passage Michael has for you. This is number 11. Interesting. Okay. Embracing this magical moment. There are times in every soul's human experience where the perfect energy comes together for all your dreams to come true. You can call it the stars aligning or having a run of good luck, but however you phrase it, the result is the same. It's pure magic. The truth is, this kind of energy is always available to you. You just aren't aware of how to tap into it, but occasionally, or accidentally, shift into the space of manifesting what you truly want. And there's no stopping you. Nothing can hold you back from the magical life you deserve. I wish I could tell you this was the last time. I wish I could tell you this will last forever, but that's not usually the case in the human experience. So, here's my advice. Take the advantage of this moment. Ride the wave. Don't question how or why things are happening. Just allow it to unfold. Make as many wishes as you can and keep up the faith around each one. Because in the end, that's what it's all about, faith. Now go make magic. This is going to be such a healing space. I see a deep strength within that feminine nurture. You see, the Archangel, the Viking divination at the end of it was talking about this next upcoming week, you're going to be like a big brother or a big sister energy, depending on how you identify. Or just a big sibling energy. And that means knowing that oomph, that power that you have, the nurture, the compassion is needed. Not only for one specific person, but everybody you interact with. Confidence is contagious. Love is contagious. And so is negativity. So is hurt. Every time something is sent your way, you transmute it. That does not mean you're perfect. That does not mean you don't get angry. Getting angry is a form of transmutation within itself. Rage is a form of power. It's how you use it. There's a difference between being like, just go with me here for a second. It's gonna look a little ridiculous, but it's gonna prove the point. There's a difference between your rage being like, fuck you, versus I'm fucking enraged and I will not allow this to happen a second longer. There is a difference, and it's the same word, totally different energy intensities. It's self-control. What Spirit is stating, when these coins are thrown at you, meaning the things you were asking to come in, the conversations, the people being vulnerable through strength, the best thing you can do is be this warm space and listen. You're going to receive some sorries, but you're also just going to receive some realizations. This is a powerful week of community. You ask to know who is truly there for you. We all do. And the way you find out is through the confrontations, the hard moments. You have to face your ego head on. I see this being a very positive week, and allow yourself to see if there are certain people that are just staying away from you because of not wanting to be vulnerable, are different than the individuals you separated with for further growth. The ones that are supposed to be in your life, they're going to present themselves to you. But Spirit says very fast you are to reenact with them. Sometimes we allow, conversations to be arise, and then we separate for further growth for a little while. And it's become kind of a crutch in a sense. Like, I think that you could have been a person that used to be very codependent, like when you were younger, with friends, family members, lovers, and then as you grew up, you grew this callous. Very understandable, and you needed it for a certain amount of time when you were changing frequencies, when you were in a whole different timeline than you are now. You had a set of rules you had to follow then, but that timeline's not here anymore. You can trust yourself. You can trust your discernment. What 3 archangels are going to be the center focus we are working with this next upcoming week? Tier 2 and up with the YouTube memberships and the Patreon are the ones who are eligible to receive the 3 extra videos that are the specific Archangel collectives. So basically, during Archangel Ascension, this deck tells us what are the 3 archangels that week I am making additional readings for. So tier 1 on both Patreon and YouTube memberships receive the 2 extra videos, meaning the Viking divination and the Archangel Ascension. Tier 2 and up on both YouTube membership and the Patreon team receive additionally the 3 Archangel collective guided readings. Let's see what they are. We're definitely gonna have I can feel it. There is a love collective in here for sure. We have 4. Okay, well, Archangel Michael is one of the cards, and we work with Archangel Michael every single week. So I think he's just doubling down on financial abundance specifically as well, how this is gonna align. Interesting. Okay, so if you've been having some money struggles, it looks like Spirit's saying your well-being is secured. Realize that now. Your emotions, your financial abundance, your desires, any time of scarcity was to remind you to remain one with the spiritual reason for being a human. Sometimes we can get lost in the sauce. Sometimes we can get lost in finances are what make me happy. I need to stay on work, and then some things can shift, so spirit brings you back to perspective. They always make sure you have enough. But if you've had a little bit of scarcity in the recent weeks, I do see your creations bringing in more financial gain. But our 3 Archangel collectives, we have Thuriel, he is here all the time. It seems like Thuriel is very much, it's great. It's great because Thuriel is a self-love collective. It's not about loving somebody else. It's not about finances. It's about inner self. It's about how you see your inner teenager, your inner child, etc. It's a reflection. Angel. Then we have Rizal, which is a love collective. That is a divine countership collective. Specifically talks only about love, about a specific relationship. Then we have Archangel Josephiel, which I see Josephiel as like a blender. Both masculine, both feminine. And he's more of a guide. Like, I see him as somebody that's telling you where the next turn is. Sometimes we don't have the voice of the GPS on, and sometimes we have to be so focused on the road that we can't even look at the GPS, but we have somebody beside us that says, okay, next light, you're going to turn left, etc. And there's something of Josephiel being able to help you align more with like centering, like, go with me here. It's like centering on instinct and intelligence versus just emotions and intuition. Life is a blend of all of it. Awesome. Okay. Everybody also, no matter what tier level you're in, receive 6 guided stones, crystals, that you can utilize the next upcoming week. If you already have them, it basically means Spirit's calling you to charge them, either in the sun, moonlight, however cycle you are on when it comes to charging your crystals. Or even if you're being called to add a crystal to your collection. It could be something that finds its way to you that week. You might not even go looking for it. You may just be out at a farmer's market, at the mall, etc. And you see it's there. Or somebody could even gift it to you. It's countless, endless amounts of ways that you can utilize these. Or simply just a message of them. So, what are our 6 guided stones? We have Shell Fossil, Petersite, Cobra Jasper, Ammonite, so 2 fossils, interesting. I've never received 2 fossils in the same one. Golden Calcite, and lastly, but definitely not leastly, Emerald. Alongside that, everybody receives 3 guided scents or herbs, etc. to utilize next upcoming week, which can mean either if you have certain types of perfumes, colognes that have these hints of these scents, etc. They're part of the ingredients, so they would be called to utilize that. It's even more protection than just to smell good, to be quite frank. Or if you have essential oil diffuser, or you make your own type of like protection spray, anointment oil, you can utilize those essential oils in it. Or if it's a herb in your cooking, etc. And those would be, let's see, spruce, lemongrass, and remember, lemongrass is great. It's great for evil eye protection, but lemongrass and eucalyptus, I just feel called to say that, are highly toxic to animals. So if you have animals, etc., make sure if you're burning a candle or incense or essential oils, etc., with lemongrass, your animal, you do not want them to be around you. But if you don't have animals, just have that noted for in the future if you ever do get animals. And lastly, but not leastly, myrrh. This is great. I actually have myrrh burning over there right now. Love it. Okay. Now, lastly but not leastly, everybody also receives 3 guided angel numbers that are going to find their way to you throughout this week and what they mean. All right. Cool. So we have 1313. This is about that fresh start. You and your friends, your family members, your romantic loved ones, however it will resonate for you, these people that you're going to be going through these experiences with this next upcoming week. This 1313 is the sign that this is positive. This is that fresh start. This tower moment is why you're even stronger. Then we have 2020, which is about that compassion, that nurture. It's about that sympathetic, like putting yourself in other people's shoes who are deserving of it. And 8888, personal power. Claiming that rage we were talking about. If you allow yourself to speak and know when not to speak, you won't get a volcano effect. You won't have things bottling up in so long that when you finally feel that you're able to talk about it, or let me rephrase that. You won't have things bottle up for so long that one thing ends up making you explode everything you've been wanting to talk about. You're a person. You're a human. You can't keep things bottled in. Some people can do it for years and years and years, but eventually there will be an explosion. So keep yourself in line by allowing yourself to know when to speak and allowing yourself to speak so that the times of silence won't be pulling at your fucking teeth. This is a very magical week. This is a very positive week. Spirit wants you to forgive yourself is something I must say as well. Being humble, admitting flaws, and also still defending yourself. Not just suppressing to try to make things better. Like, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I was completely wrong, blah, blah, blah. Like you've done to people in the past because you just wanted things to be okay. Every person you allowed to go away that only would stay away if you did things like that. Spirit would promise more than one friend, lover, etc. that will give you a spiritual enlightenment that will actually make you feel safe and protected, will actually make you see what family is, blood and not blood. You gained a lot of mental clarity by allowing yourself to channel your rage, allowing yourself to see, honoring low vibrational feelings and emotions does not mean you are low vibrational, does not mean you fuck up your life or your timeline. Life is balance. You are free. You are yourself. You are a high vibrational being, and you are so divinely protected. That's what I got for y'all today regarding Archangel Ascension. I will go ahead and film these 3 Archangel collective readings. Let's get it.